What's up, YouTube? We are back with another Foundations draft. That's what we're doing today, and I'm hoping to draft a deck that I haven't drafted yet. I've played a fair amount of like red-white aggro, red-green. To be honest, a lot of that, and to great success. I think I've not even done 10 drafts of this format yet, but we've got a pretty decent record, trophied 3 times, so aggro certainly is feeling good. Still, this time I am happy to make some questionable decisions to get into a color pair that we have not played yet. But we'll see. Let's see what the draft gods have in store for us. So we're going to start the draft here and play for about an hour, and if we still have games left to play, then I'm going to finish this draft on stream, twitch.tv/SultanJosh. That's where you can catch it if you want to see the rest. And let's take a look at what we've got. Scrawling Crawler, 3 mana 3/2 at the beginning of your upkeep. Each player draws a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. That's like fine. I think that's okay. There's also a Banishing Light in the pack. There's I don't really like Self-Reflection or Twin Blade Blessing a whole lot. There's a Dazzling Angel. There's a Bite Down. Pretty bad pack. I think it's too early to take the Ruby. We could take the Scrawling Crawler, build towards a sort of grindy control deck. I don't love the shared draw effect, but it's kind of, it does keep us open. I think white is really strong in this format though. So I think maybe Banishing Light is a better pick. I kind of am inclined to... I haven't played with this card, but I do think it's probably bad. So I think I'll take the Banishing Light here, passing on a Twin Blade Blessing, passing on like a Bite Down, but I think white's a pretty good color. Banishing Light's a pretty good card. We follow up with a Divine Resilience. Is this good? Meh, it's okay. There's a Healer's Hawk in the pack, which is probably what we're going to end up taking. Other good cards, well, see, there's a Hungry Ghoul and a Tragic Banshee. These are good. It might be that the Banshee is the best card in the pack. It might be, but I think following the Banishing Light, Healer's Hawk might just eke the win in terms of picks. Now, I have played a ton of white, so I'm kind of... I am thinking, should I take the Banshee here? But it's hard to pass up a Healer's Hawk. It is just such a good card. I'm going to take the Healer's Hawk. Now there's a Skyship Buccaneer, which is pretty good, and pretty good with a Healer's Hawk specifically. There's a Goldvein pick, which is also pretty nuts with a Hawk. There's, I mean, these red cards aren't that exciting. These green cards are pretty decent. Still, Skyship Buccaneer is a good card and is, I think, a sign. Not. I mean, I don't know if it's a sign, but Blue-White Flyers certainly is good. It is tempting to just snap off a pick. I'm kind of the belief that pick, Healer's Hawk, and Banishing Light is a really strong start, and Skyship Buccaneer... Well, pick keeps us open, to be honest. Like, pick plus Goldvein... Goldvein pick plus Healer's Hawk does make it easier to play a different color, so let's take the pick. I think that feels sensible. It's hard to pass that up. I'm not a huge fan of this pack. I don't think Electro Duplicate or Exsanguinate are particularly good. It could be a Make Your Move. There's a Courageous Goblin in the pack, which is decent. Not the biggest fan of, like, Amulet, Negotiation, or Electro Duplicate, or Exsanguinate. So I'll take the white card, and let's just get deeper into white. Now here is a Brineborn Cutthroat, which is pretty good. Pretty good card, pretty big threat. There's also a Bushwhack, which is totally fine. There's an Infestation Sage, which is also fine, but Brineborn Cutthroat going this late is surprising, because I do think this is a pretty decent card that can become a threat pretty quickly. So I think that's probably a sign. There's a second pick, an Elementalist Adept, which does work really nicely with the Brineborn Cutthroat. There is another Make Your Move, which is a pretty good instant. I kind of think Elementalist Adept here might be the pick, because it does follow up with the Brandborn Cutthroat very well. I don't know if second pick is as high a pick. I don't know if... actually, this could be Fire Spitter Whelp. I'm not going to take it here because I don't know if we're really doing blue-red spells. But... like, because we'd be passing up on, like, probably Banishing Light, Make Your Move, and Healer's Hawk. Okay, so here, I am going to take Tolarian Terror, and it's looking like blue-red spells is pretty open. So we're going to think about whether that's what we want to do. Gorehorn Raider is acceptable, Swiftfoot Boots is pretty good, and there is another pick. Growth from Ashes is okay. Is Boots better than second pick? First Boots or second pick? Boots is pretty good on a Tolarian Terror. It's pretty good on like a Cutthroat. It's not really ideal for a Spellslinger deck, but it's pretty good on a Blue-White Flyers deck. Still, I think maybe second pick is better. I'll take the Boots. I'll take the Boots. I think it could be good. Now, Self-Reflection went all the way around. Don't think it's fantastic, but it's a pretty good Spellslingery card. There's also a Thriller Possibility, which is probably better for a blue-red Spellslinger deck, which might be what we're actually building towards. You know, I'm happy moving off of white if the red-blue spells deck is open. There's another Thrill. There's a Wind-Scarred Crag. It is between these two. Are we going to play three colors? Ideally not. Are we going to splash these three cards? Probably not. So I'm going to take the second Thrill, and I think we're going to build towards blue-red spells most likely. Hidetsu's second right is kind of a meme card. We're just going to chuck that over there in the sideboard. And let's stay open. Like, we'll give up 2 Thriller Possibilities to build blue-white flyers. Like, we'd probably be giving up Terror, 2 Thrills to build a sort of blue-white flyer flash deck. But we could also give up Banishing Light, Make Your Move, and Healer's Hawk and build into blue-red spells. So blue probably is binding this deck together. We're not really... I mean, we could go into red-white aggro, but then we would want to drop the Thrills, the Elementalist, the Brineborn, the Tolarian Terror. These cards are okay. There's another blue spell. Another blue, cheap interaction spell, which is what the blue-red spells deck wants. So definitely looking for the chance to lock down either blue-white flyers or blue-red spells. I'm kind of hoping that it is spells. Incinerating Blast, playable, but hopefully we find better interaction than that. There's a High Fae Trickster, which is actually still good in either deck. There is also a Rune Sealed Wall, which is great. Icewind Elemental is okay. There's another Banishing Light, Dazzling Angel, which is fantastic. There is an Eaten Alive in this pack too, so certainly some good options. I'm definitely going to take High Fae Trickster, though. I think this is great with the Brineborn, Cutthroat. Great in the blue-red spells deck. So we'll take that. And we're still open. We could still be blue-white flyers flash, sort of flash sub-theme, or we could be blue-red spells. So let's see. Let's try and read which one of those is more open. Okay, so there's a Burst Lightning and a Fey Bloom Trick. These are good cards. I think it's between those two. I'm going to take the Burst Lightning because I think it is better than the Fey Bloom Trick, and I think that does kind of cement us in blue-red spells. Yeah, I think it does. So I'll pick up a Burst Lightning, and let's say we are now building towards blue-red spells. I'm kind of inclined to go that way because I haven't actually built blue-red spells yet, and I have built a fair few white decks. So good cards here that we're tucking away. Definitely not like totally out of mind. We may still play these, but what we want now is to build into a sort of blue-red Spellslinger deck. So I would love a little bit more cheap interaction. I would love some counter spells. I would love another Tolarian Terror. 1 is okay. 2 is probably even better. 2 Thrills is pretty great for the spells deck. I'd love some Think Twice and some of the other flashback spells. We're going to be prioritizing those pretty highly. Another Scrawling Crawler is, like, okay. Dragon Trainer is a decent card, but there's a Refute and a Light Shell duo. I'm going to take the Light Shell duo. Although it's close, I think Refute is pretty good, especially since there is some, like, threshold stuff. But actually, Light Shell duo is great for that too. So I'm going to take the Light Shell duo here, passing on a Dragon Trainer, which is okay. Passing on a... I think it's just the Refute that I'm really missing here. Yeah, I'll snap off a Light Shell duo, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now, there's a Cat Collector, which is a pretty excellent card with the white cards that we have here. There's a Vanguard Seraph. Seismic Rupture might even be okay. However, there is a land as well. I think I'm going to take the land, and I'm going to keep building into blue-red Spellslinger. Passing on a Cat Collector might be wrong, but, I mean, I'd be giving up Incinerating Blast, 2 Thrills, and a Burst Lightning. Probably giving up Light Shell duo to bring in the Cat Collector. It might be correct, might be better, but, again, I've played a lot of white. Oh, man, okay. I really regret passing up that Cat Collector now, because, like, there's a Youthful Valkyrie, which is great. There's a Banishing Light. So white is definitely more open. White's definitely more open. But I think I'm actually going to take the Big Fin Bouncer and continue to play and build towards blue-red. Forcing it a little bit, like, again, like, there's such good white cards here. Reinforcements, Helpful Hunter. These are all fantastic cards if we were playing white. But Fade-Bloom Trick is good too. So, you know, we're getting good cards. Big Fin Bouncer, Fade-Bloom Trick. These are decent cards, especially for our deck. We are passing some really good white. But I'm pretty happy with how the deck's looking so far, to be honest. What we need is probably a little bit more interaction. Heartfire Immolator is perfect. Runaway Together and Firebrand Archer, also good spells. And the white's dried up a little bit. Just a little bit. If we were playing blue-white, it might be Twin Blade Blessing. Cathar Commander is also decent. But Heartfire Immolator, perfect. That's it's a removal spell. It's interaction. It's also a prowess creature. It's exactly what we want. 2-drop slot is looking pretty good. Divine Resilience. I mean, that might be okay. Erudite Wizard seems... I mean, is that good in this deck? Drew your second card a turn. It continues to grow. It's a 3-drop. Yeah, I think it's just the take here. Like, we're obviously... We're not in the colors for Divine Resilience. There's nothing else in the pack. How many times can we really trigger this, though? This triggers it. Light Shell Duo doesn't. Yeah, there's not... I mean, I guess Thriller Possibility triggers the Erudite Wizard. I think Icewind Elemental is acceptable. I don't think Goblin Negotiation is very good, unfortunately. Icewind Elemental is like... I'm hoping to find better stuff than that. But it is okay. Witness Protection is not fantastic in this deck. But it is interaction. I wonder if Goblin Surprise is better. It might be. I'm going to take the Goblin Surprise. I don't know if that's right. And I guess I'll take the cheap creature here. Seismic Rupture. Maybe not bad. I don't know. Are we an Aegis Turtle deck? No, we don't. I don't want an Aegis Turtle. Seismic Rupture is good, though. Sure Strike is fine. Free Sure Strike is acceptable. And we're into pack 3. Into pack 3, feeling fairly good. This is not a fantastic pack. There is a Battle Song Berserker, which is probably okay. We do have a fair few flyers. But there's an Uncharted Voyage, and this is a good interactive spell. I kind of think it's the best card in the pack for us. I do think this Blue-White Flyers deck was open and would have been absolutely great. Right now we're looking at 11 creatures, 9 instants and sorceries. We've got a good amount of interaction. Not sure if the Boots is gonna make the cut. Not sure if the Goblin Surprise is going to make the cut. But let's see here. There's a... What is in this pack for us? There's a Thrill of Possibility and a Gorehorn Raider. It might be third Thrill, which I don't I'm not super excited about. I'd love some flashback spells, but Thrill is just okay. I'm not sure if we're going to play a third one. There's an Elementalist Adept and a Burst Lightning. So, look, we have pretty good 2-drops. We have Brineborn Cutthroat, 1 Elementalist Adept. We have a Firebrand, which is, like, fine. But I'm definitely not going to pass up a second Burst Lightning. I'm going to take that. Probably cutting the Sure Strike, I would think. Oh, no, it's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good with our Prowess creatures. Mill 3 cards, return an instant sorcery. I mean, I think Inspiration for Beyond is good. Better than Wizard. Better than Self-Reflection. Gets back a Burst Lightning. We can probably cut the Incinerating Blast. Although that's probably better than the Icewind Elemental in this deck. We're a little low on creatures though, right? We have 10. So we take the Inspiration. We have 11 with the Goblin Surprise. There's another Burst Lightning. That's really good. And now we need creatures. Now we need to find some creatures to fill out the curve. We are fine on playables. There's an Empyrean Eagle, which is really good. Is it... I'm going to take the Refute. I think Refute is better. I'm going to cut the Goblin Surprise. I'm going to cut the Incinerating Blast. Firebrand Archer, Aetherize, Big Fin Bouncer. All really good. I wish I could take the Aetherize here, but I think Firebrand Archer is probably pretty important. We need more creatures. It's exactly what this deck wants. Second Refute, I'm pretty happy to take. And, I mean, here's a Goblin Borders, but Dragon Tamer is fine. 5 mana 4/4 is acceptable. We have Runaway together. We can maybe bounce it back to our hand. I don't think Gorehorn Raider is particularly good. I'm actually going to take Aegis Turtle, because I think Aegis Turtle might even be better than... You know what? I don't think it is better than Firebrand, because there is a fair few 4/1s and, like, 3/1s flying around in this format. So Firebrand might actually be good. There's a free Elementalist here, which is pretty perfect, and another Erudite Wizard. So that makes our thrills better. We can chuck that land in the sideboard. Deck's good. The deck is good. The deck is... so we need to cut some cards. Sure Strike is really good with these Prowess creatures. And there is a Cyclops for free, which is, like, acceptable. Not likely to get played. But it is kind of a card that's designed for this deck. It's a solid C in this deck. Deck came together. Was there a better Blue-White Flyers deck? Very, very possibly. But the deck certainly has come together. So right now we're looking at 15 creatures, 16, 17, or no, 16 with the Faebloom trick. And 14 instants and sorceries. So, what do we want to cut? What do we want to cut? So, I don't know if this is a Goldvein Pick deck. Goldvein Pick is a really, really good card. However, it is not an instant or sorcery. It doesn't synergize with the rest of our deck. So I think the pick probably gets cut here, as much as I do love Goldvein Pick. Cyclops feels pretty weak. Dragon Trainer feels pretty weak, to be honest. We have... I guess Uncharted Voyage can bounce the Dragon Trainer. Runaway together is good with Dragon Trainer. Aegis Turtle is not a good card. That's definitely one we can consider cutting. All of these cards are great. Erudite Wizard. So we can grow this at instant speed with the Thrill, because we discard a card, draw 2 cards. and then put a counter on it at instant speed, potentially growing a Brine Brawn Cutthroat at the same time. This is all good stuff that we want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 cards now. Could we go down to 16 lands? If we cut the Dragon Trainer, we probably could. Because we're always going to try and get Tolarian Terror cast for 3. So we actually do have a pretty low curve. And I do think this could be a 16 land deck, especially, or although with 3 Thriller possibilities, all of those lands do just become fuel to discard to a Thrill. So I think with 3 Thriller possibilities in the deck, I don't mind having the extra land in there. I like all these cards, which is a good sign. Seismic Rupture might be a cut. We have 3 Burst Lightnings and an Inspiration from Beyond. We have a good amount of interaction. Am I afraid of the token decks? I don't know if I am. We have loads of interaction. We have flyers to close out the game. Seismic Rupture, yeah, it might be the cut. It's good against, like, specifically the go wide token decks, which are really strong. But it could be dead. You know, it could be a dead card in certain matchups, and that is not what we want. Firebrand might be a cut. 2 cards to cut. I think it is Dragon Trainer. And what are we looking at now? 13 creatures, so I don't think we can afford to cut any more creatures. It might be the 3rd Thriller possibility. If I cut a Thriller and a Dragon Trainer, how do I feel about this? Sure Strike is pretty good with the Elementalist Adepts and the Light Shell duo. Is it better than 3rd Thrill? Almost certainly, I think it is, yeah. Is it better than Dragon Trainer or Incinerating Blast? I ain't so sure. I think, is Sure Strike better than Goblin Surprise? No, it's probably not, right? I think Goblin Surprise actually is better. Sure Strike gives our creatures survivability. But I think Goblin Surprise gums up the board if we need it to, can sneak out a win. Like, if we have a couple of Elementalists on the battlefield, we have a Light Shell duo in play, then this is adding 2, 4, 6, 9 power to the board. That's really strong. Plus, it can just make chump blockers if we need it to. So, I think this is the deck. We have 13 creatures effectively, because 2 of our spells make creatures. And then we have 11 instants and 1 sorcery, which is a very strong Brineborn Cutthroat deck, in my opinion. We probably want to go higher on the islands, because we have the double blue for Refute. And all of our early creatures... Well, no, I guess having, like, Thrill online is important. Having the red for Burst Lightning is important. Still, I think... Well, let's have a look. I think definitely we go down an island. Sorry, up an island. And down on a mountain. So we have 8 red sources. And 10 blue sources. I think this is good. Do we have enough top end? Yeah, I think we do. I reckon, like, High Fey Trickster, Tolarian Terror, and our... Yeah, so look, we don't have tons of top end, but I think we have to value Brineborn Cutthroat and Erudite Wizard to grow enough and get the game finished in concert with our interaction, our Burst Lightnings, our bounce spells. Yeah, we're going to have to... I think we've got to value our creatures pretty highly because they get better in the late game. So this is feeling solid, but let's have another quick look at our pool. If we find we're getting run over, we'll play the Aegis Turtle, but I don't think that's likely, not with 3 Burst Lightnings in the deck. We'll see if we want to play 3rd Thrill of Possibility. I don't think it's super likely, though. And that's it, really. I think, again, with 3 Burst Lightnings, we do not need Incinerating Blast at all. So this is feeling pretty good. This is feeling pretty good. How many ways do we have to trigger an Erudite Wizard? Well, since we're playing on our opponent's turn, we don't have many ways to do it. It's pretty much just Thrill. Yeah, it is pretty much just Thrill. Unless we counter something on our turn, which is kind of not really what we want to do. So Erudite Wizard, this is not the greatest deck for it. And we will ask the question, would we rather have Dragon Trainer? Would we rather have Cyclops? Probably not. Would we rather have Icewind Elemental, I would say? So Dragon Trainer and Icewind Elemental. Would we rather have those as better top end than the Erudite Wizard? We'll find out. But if we play this, and we play a single Thriller possibility at any point, and we make it into a 3/4, it's pretty good. Like, that is on rate. And I'd be pretty happy. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that. Okay. I think, yeah, we'll give this a run. Okay, so we're jumping into a game, and again, we're going to ask the question, is Erudite Wizard worth playing? Are those 5-drop flyers better? This is a fantastic hand. We will keep it. We can feign a counterspell here, but flash in an Elementalist. Ruby. Gonna attack? Sure. I will take it. We'll flash you in. Another Elementalist. So I think I could Thrill here, but I do want to kill the Ruby because you should bolt birds. Always be bolting birds. Missing the land is a little bit tough, but I think we're fine. We've got a Thrill in hand, we've got plenty of creatures and interaction. Opponent thrills for a land. Oh, they discarded a forest. Interesting. Doing that at sorcery speed feels strange to me. Am I going to Thrill to find a land? Or do I just play out a second Elementalist? I think that's probably better. Yeah, we'll hit him for 2. We'll sit back, we'll chill. We have stuff to do. Eager Truffle Snout. Okay. We'll flush in our Elementalist. There, that is a land. Would I trade one of these for the Truffle Snout? Yes. Am I going to give them a food every turn? I guess I'd trade the Firebrand Archer for it. Ruby's going to attack as a 3/4. Okay, fine. Let's play the Firebrand Archer. Block the Truffle Snout. Next turn we play Erudite Wizard, I'm hoping. If we go land, maybe we will do something else. But if we get Erudite Wizard down and then have Thriller possibility following up, then that's fine. Opponent has a removal spell. Deal a bunch of damage, but I still think we're going to win the race. Even with all the food that they're going to make. Let's bushwhack. Opponent is down to 2 cards. Baybloom Trick is pretty good. Make 2 1/1s. Grow an Elementalist. Missing the land is not good, though. So right now, we play Erudite Wizard, we take another 7. Not fantastic. I think I have to tap down the Truffle Snout, make 2 1/1s, and represent the block on Ruby. Yeah. I think we have to do that. So we're going to go no attacks. Opponent's going to gain a little life. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to tap the Ruby down and trade for the Truffle Snout. Stomper. Yeah, let's see where they put their counters. So now, getting rid of the Truffle Snout is... like, tapping it down is fine, because they have another 4 power creature anyway. So, let's do so like this. Tap this down. Turn off their attack for this turn. Okay. Ugh, missing the land is really rough. They have a huge attack back. This wizard is not going to cut it. This is a pretty rough spot to be in. I think I gotta play the wizard, chump with the fairy, and hope to double spell next turn. What does this do? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, reveal cards from the top of your library to the other creature, put it into your hand. Yeah, so this is just a chump, which feels really bad. Okay. So, I could bounce the Truffle Snout. That doesn't really accomplish a ton. Brineborn Cutthroat comes in basically as a 3-2, and you become a 3-4, and that's all okay. Yeah, so I think we just pass here. Five damage. Okay. Nothing we can do there. So do they just have lethal here if we... Yeah, they do, right? Rough stuff, yeah. So not getting to cast a spell, the spells that were stuck in our hands because we choked on lands a bit, is pretty rough. Maybe I was supposed to play the Thrill earlier to smooth out our draws, although we still, if we had drawn 2 lands, sorry, if we had drawn 2 from with a Thrill earlier, we still would have missed land drops. So that was not great, but we did miss land drops, and the opponent did not miss at any point. 2 rubies. Plus, they played out their whole hands, and like if they're playing like a Rampy Gruul deck and they're able to spill out their whole hand, and we have a bunch of relevant spells stuck in ours, it's rough stuff. This is a good hand. We'll keep this. We're doing some flash gaming, Evolving Wilds. We can, oh, Brian Ball Cutthroat is great here. Let's see what the opponent does. Are they going to commit Gnarlid Colony? Awesome. Flash this in now. No attacks. Pass the turn. No blocks. Take the 2. Archdruid. Other elves get +1/+1. Is that good? I don't think that's that good. I'd rather get the Elementalist Adept online. Yeah. Now we can hold up High Fae Trickster or Refute. We can take it easy. I can take 2 damage, no sweat. High Fae Trickster. Do they have the Burst Lightning? They did not. They have a Bite Down. Okay, they take out the Flyer, no sweat, no sweat. Inspiration from Beyond, getting back a Refute is really pretty mid, actually. But we do have an attack now. Hit him. I'm not going to use... Yeah, I mean, Inspiration doesn't do anything right now, so let's just pass. We could make 2 goblins and ambush an attacker, but I think I'd rather just hold up the Refute. And then... Yep, no sweat. I'll take the 4. Gnarlid Colony as a 4/4. We'll counter that. Burst Lightning. So I think we can probably drop off... Maybe we drop off the Inspiration, yeah. Let's do that. There's a Thrill. That is a pretty good card. So we will hit the opponent for 7. And hold up all of our instants. We have a lethal attack next turn with Goblin Surprise. Take another hit. Wildwood Scourge for 5 is pretty good. I mean, we can grow this to a 6/5 by Burst Lightning this now. But let's just see if we hit the Refute, eh? We discard the Goblin Surprise. Yeah. We did hit the Refute. Busted. We can drop off the Elementalist. And this is now just lethal. Well, let's play strictly good magic. Oh, whoops. I hit the wrong one. Yeah, strictly better to... I mean, I don't think it makes any difference, but... Strictly better to get the Firebrand Archer in play first, get that extra point of damage. If I did the combat math, I probably could have verified that that was completely unnecessary, but... yeah, okay, deck did what it was supposed to do there, and against pretty much, well, a very similar deck to our last game, so... We know we can beat that. We know we can beat Gruul, because we can out-tempo them pretty well. We just have to be able to play our spells. That is key. Good land. Yeah, decent creatures. Not fantastic, but good enough. Firebrand. I will negate that 1 damage. We can go 2, 3, gum up the board a bit. Voyage for some interaction. Red-black. Interesting. Yeah, they're going to trade these. Yep. Hungry Ghoul. So I think we probably just play the Wizard. Making 2 1/1s is not very exciting right now. If the opponent has an instant or sorcery, grows this and then kills it, that's not the worst thing in the world. Plus, in red-black, most of their instants and sorceries are sort of removal spells anyway, so I think this is fine. We can reset a Ghoul if it gets out of hand. We'll definitely block over here, right? No, we block here because then they have to sack their other creature. Yeah, see, that's what all of their spells are. So this is, you know, this is fine. This is fine. We could hold up Uncharted Voyage, or we could Heartfire Immolator, take out their Immolator now, and then hold up, well, Run Away Together does nothing. So I think I don't really love Uncharted Voyage here. Maybe it's hold up Goblin Surprise and then double block an Immolator. Don't love that either. They're not doing a ton with their mana. Let's buy some time. Do you want Hungry Ghoul? Targeting the Ghoul because they can sack the Immolator to the Ghoul. I don't want to land. Gutless Plunderer. Burst Lightning and Mountain into the graveyard, and they kept something else on top. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I want Run Away Together and Big Bin Bouncer ideally at the same time. So I kind of think this is Heartfire Immolator, maybe removing the Gutless Plunderer, make 2 1/1s to block their Immolator. And if I draw land, then it is... Yeah, let's do it like this. Create 2 1/1s. They Burst Lightning my Heartfire Immolator. I think I'm going to trade for the Plunderer. And there is an untapped land, so... Big Fin Bouncer. Bounce their Immolator and then potentially bounce it again. They can play it and sack it immediately. But I don't think they're going to do that. Pass the turn. Okay. Baybloom Trick is a good one. So we just no attacks, end the turn. I'm going to take the 2. No. I'll bounce these now. Yep, they sack it. They kill my thing. They are pretty high up on cards, which is a little upsetting. Strongbox Raider. Till the end of your next turn, you may play whichever card. It's a reassembling skeleton. That's fine. We'll hold the play boom trick. Light Shell Duo blocks the Strongbox Raider somewhat well. Only somewhat. Still, we'll get it into play. Brineborn Cutthroat and a Burst Lightning. Yeah, we'll take those. So we'll trade these off. And then we have Brineborn and Fabloom Trick into a Burst Lightning next turn. Opponent has a kill spell, so we're in a bit of trouble. But it's not the end of the world. Passing to combat. So, Brineborn Cutthroat. I'm going to try and remove it. Bake into a pie. Okay. We tap down their Strongbox Raider. Yeah, I mean, we'll trade these off. If they want to spend their mana on the skeleton, that is fine. We know we have Burst Lightning here. No attacks. Let's just pass. So let's cast this with Kicker in case they have any shenanigans. And can we run them out of resources? Land, they have 1 card left, we have a Refute. Good. Hold the Refute, find something to block the skeleton, and we should be in a fine position. Well, I don't know about fine, but hold the land to discard to the Refute. There is a way out of this if we can gain control of this game. Tolarian Terror is an excellent way to do it. The Ward 2 is fantastic. Holding the Refute to protect it is excellent. Hero's Downfall. They pay the 2. We refute the kill spell. We discard the land. We draw a Burst Lightning. I'm really happy. We didn't, but that's fine. We drop off the mountain. Okay. Good beats, opponent. Good beats. We were close to... I think we were somewhat close to gaining control of that game. What went wrong there? I mean, they had 2 Heroes Downfall, Bake into a Pie, Burst Lightning, Stab. So that's 1, 2, 3. Heartfire Emulator is 4, 5, 6, 7 kill spells. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spells they cast, 7 were removal spells. Really strong. Strong showing from the opponent. That was always going to be pretty tough to beat. I think we should be doing better than this. Sometimes it is the way it goes. That last game, maybe there was a way to navigate through to a win. If there was, we missed it. We're 1-2. And I want to get more out of this deck. I think the deck is decent enough to go toe-to-toe. Good lands, good hand. Sear Slicer Goblin. Okay, well, I'm going to put the Firebrand Archer out. It's the card I'm more willing to trade, and maybe next turn we can just get the Sear Slicer Goblin dead with a Heartfire Immolator. Opponent has no attack. Do I want to hold up Refute? I probably do, yeah. I probably do want to hold up Refute here. If I don't, then I'm going to Thrill. Right? I hold up Refute and Thrill, rather than getting... I could just Heartfire Immolator and kill the Goblin right now. And that's tempting, because it is really good. And then... Ooh. Refute plus Thrill is good enough. Mischievous Mystic. That is a card that will refute. Do I need the double red immediately? Do I have time for the tap land? Kind of don't have time for the tap land. That's a good draw. I do want to get the Sear Slicer Goblin dead just now. Although, we can bounce it. Make him play it again. Yeah, let's make them recommit to it. We're playing a tempo game. Are they going to bounce my bouncer? They're going to bounce my Firebrand Archer. Okay. Elementalist Adept is good. Heartfire Immolator is good. I need to kill the Sear Slicer Goblin when it comes down. So, I mean, I could just bounce. But yeah, if they have a removal spell for the Heartfire Immolator, it's a bit rough. So I'm going to offer this trade, right? Play the Heartfire Immolator, see what they want to do. Because we can make it a 3/3 at instant speed. No blocks. Is the Sear Slicer coming down? It has come down. Oh, wait. I wasn't in full control. That's a shame. But it's okay. We can contend with a 1/1. Do I want to hold this for a thrill? Yeah, I mean, I kind of do. I kind of do. Should I get the Elementalist Adept online? Light Shell Duo is pretty great here. Yeah, let's just attack. Light Shell Duo. Goblin Surprise. So the mountain we don't need. Goblin Surprise. Nah, we can do better than that, I think. Yeah. Hold the land to discard to a thrill in future. Archmage of Runes. We can keep bouncing that. Let's go... Yeah, we don't have an attack here. I think I am just going to bounce this. Going to play this land out. No attacks. Let them draw. And then bounce the Archmage. It is on top of their library. Pop that land away. See if we can find a refute for it before next turn. Did we use one refute? Yeah. So even the flashback spell, getting back a refute would be great. Didn't find it. I wonder if we can find it with a thrill of possibility. Do we try? I think we do try, because I do need to deal with that thing. Do I do it all at instant speed? If I thrill, find the flashback spell. Yeah, I think I'm just going to thrill now. Discard this mountain. Okay, well that's obviously not very good. Let's attack with the Light Shell duo. Trade the Elemental for it. Yeah. Now we do kind of, they might play around an Essence Scatter, but let's see. Nope, opponent is unafraid. So Burst Lightning might sneak away to deal with the Archmage of Runes, but not right now. Okay, so we're pressing 7 damage through. We get the opponent down to 5. It's not enough. That's really rough. 3 lands in hand is really rough. Oh. Yeah, so Burst Lightning plus like would have allowed us to attack there and then possibly trade with the Archmage, mess up their blocks a bit. But that's also really rough. I think we just drew a few too many lands there. And I think this game might have just gotten away from us, which is a real shame, because I think we could have had it, to be honest. Like, yeah, we could have beaten this deck, but I think it's way far away from us now. 20 cards. They're going to have what they need to finish this game, I'm pretty sure. Gross. Okay. So that is one block. This is another block, which it's probably better to... No, it is better to... Yeah, this is another block, and I think I'm chumping you. Firebrand Archer should have reach, in my humble opinion. So these bounce, this is a chump, and they trade this for the Big Pin Bouncer. If we draw, run away together, we can start bouncing these. Okay, so now it's just chump, trade, and they trade this for the Tellurian Terror. Okay, so this is... Now I'm losing both of my creatures, so this is chump, chump, chump. Great. Okay, our board is decimated, and I think that probably wraps this up. Burst Lightning nowhere near good enough. I don't think there was anything in the deck that was good enough, but okay. That was lame. Should we have won this mirror match? I mean, they had two Mischievous Mystics, they had Archmage of Runes, and Sear Slicer Goblin. So definitely, like, their rares were better than ours. But we did draw a few too many lands. Maybe I should have played 16 lands. Maybe the deck just wasn't that good. I mean, it was my first time playing blue-red. I wonder if our deck was a little underpowered. Going 1-3 feels pretty bad. Don't love that. But if we take a minute to reflect, I guess the signpost uncommons are not here, and that's part of the problem. Like the Mischievous Mystic, and the what's the other signpost? The Clinkont Sky Mage, I think, are uncommons that, you know, would be much better than an Erudite Wizard, for example. And maybe that's what this deck was missing. High Fae Trickster is a good card. Other than that, like, Brineborn is a pretty decent card. Other than that, you know, I guess the power level of this deck is not very high. But, you know, 3 Burst Lightnings, 2 Refutes, Brineborn, Elementalist, Adept. I think this is a decent deck. I guess not having some of the broken uncommons to push it through was the issue. I don't know if Dragon Trainer or Icewind Elemental would have made the deck better. I do think perhaps cutting down to 16 lands, maybe I was supposed to do that. It is a fairly low curve that we have. I just think, you know, with 2 Thrills in the deck, I thought would be fine, but we had too much land. So maybe that's the lesson. Maybe we were supposed to cut a land and play Icewind Elemental, or probably Dragon Trainer, and the deck might have been better. But okay, lesson learned. Izzet experiment complete. Lesson learned. I know it's not a fantastic result, but I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the draft. I am going to be, well, not playing any more of this draft because unfortunately it's over. So, but if you do want to see me draft more Foundations on stream live, then check out twitch.tv/SultanJosh. We are live every Sunday morning, Tuesday night, and Friday night over on twitch.tv/SultanJosh. And if you want to see the VODs, if you can't catch me live, but you do want to have the stream on in the background, then check out youtube.com/SultanJosh VODs. Anyway, that is it from me. I will catch you next week with another Foundations draft video. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.